Welcome to Andrea Breakout Academy. Welcome to our OET Reading Part B class. So today we will work on Reading Part B. Just to remind you a little bit of information about OET. It's an English exam specially designed for medical professionals who want to practice and work in English-speaking countries. And today we work in reading for Reading Part B. A little bit about Reading Part B. There are 6 questions, multiple choice questions. Each question has 3 options and only one option is correct. And we will see together how we work with Part B. Our strategy would be that we read the question first, then the text. And when we read the text, we definitely focus on the information that relates to the question. And then we go through the 3 options and we eliminate or confirm. I will share my screen and we will look at the first question here. And we'll read the question first. We will do together the first question, and then I will set a timer, 1 minute for each question, and then we'll discuss the answers. So we have the first question. What aim of the extract from the guidelines about diphtheria? One aim is to, so we have to figure out the purpose of our text. We go through the text and I will skim it. Remember that skimming means that you read only certain type of words, for example, nouns and verbs, which would be the most important words, and maybe sometimes adjectives and adverbs as well, if you feel like they're important in the text. If not, we will try not to focus on articles, prepositions, conjunctions, because we don't need them in order to understand the idea of a sentence or the idea of a paragraph. So let's focus on the text. Immunization, staff protection against infectious disease. Diphtheria, acute infection affecting upper respiratory tract, occasionally skin. Incubation period, 5 to 5 days. Patients, untreated disease may be infectious up to 4 weeks. Carriers potentially transmit infection longer. Object of National Immunization Program, provide minimum 5 doses diphtheria vaccination, appropriate intervals, individuals. Most circumstances, total 5 doses, appropriate intervals, considered satisfactory, long-term protection. Staff at risk, those working microbiology laboratories, clinical infectious disease units. Staff will be risk assessed, offered vaccination. So our question mentioned the aim of this little extract. We will focus on information that is presented like relevant, important, essential, the key information. Because our text talks about people who should receive vaccination, because at some point it says all individuals. And then we also have the doses of the vaccine. We also have this information about staff at continued risk. They point out these people who are at continued risk, people who work in certain conditions or in certain infectious units. So we also know that they will be individually risk assessed. Go through the options now and tell me if you can confirm one or maybe eliminate.
I would say C, I think can be eliminated.
Can be eliminated?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they said when hospital staff can receive, and we don't have when.
We don't have when. We have how much, but we don't have when. Also, we have hospital staff here.
Yeah, so I think C can be eliminated.
Great.
And I would say B can be eliminated, but I'm not sure.
If you were to eliminate, why would you eliminate?
increase general level of awareness.
Well, I think B is correct one.
Why?
But they said increase.
Increase awareness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Being promoted, make people aware of symptoms.
Fiction, yes. So that's
think
why.
B.
Which symptoms?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do we have any symptoms?
No.
We don't. The text doesn't present any type of symptoms. Therefore, it doesn't increase the level of awareness of symptoms. So we have to eliminate B.
So that means it's A.
That means it's A because it says who's in the greatest need of, and we have here staff at continued risk are those in, and they will be individually assessed and offered vaccination. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned earlier, after I skimmed the text, I mentioned earlier that out of all the people, patients and all individuals who should receive vaccination, they single out a type of staff, right? A certain category of staff which are at continued risk. If they are at continued risk, it means that they are constantly predisposed to getting diphtheria.
Yeah.
Therefore, they should be immunized.
Yeah. Make clear who. So that
Right.
means staff at continued risk.
Great. So then the option is A.
Okay.
Okay. I just want to point out that when you read your little text, make sure that you understand the question or that you remember the question or that you focus on the question, because maybe you remember the question, but maybe you kind of forget to focus on the question. So your question will be very, very important and will help you eliminate or confirm. Okay, good. Let's move to the next one. Okay, we have to read the question. Diana, can you read the question?
The guidelines on the use of gloves state that
Good. So we should focus on the use of gloves.
guidelines of use of gloves.
Right. Okay. Go through the text a little bit, and then we will eliminate.
I would say C can be eliminated because in the text is not mentioned about the minor health risks.
Do they mention anything about not following the guidance? What happens if somebody doesn't follow?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's just huge cost implications. So C can be eliminated.
Yes. Okay.
So I would say is A.
Think again.
I say that we can eliminate A.
I'm between A and B.
Well, those are the only two other options.
Yeah.
The B is correct one.
B.
Ioana, why would you eliminate A?
Because it's not all the employees, all the staff. It's just certain of staff who need to wear the gloves.
Who need to wear the gloves?
Yes, just 1 second. The synthetic alternative to latex.
No, I would say is A.
Or to use
Why
their-
is it A?
It's B.
They say, let me think. If Because they said if staff experience any skin problems or have difficulties in complying with this policy, they should contact the occupational health department.
So is that everybody?
Right?
They're
No,
not
only
saying
people with any skin problems.
The people with skin problems would go and ask for,
Yeah, so there's
would contact the occupational health department. Not everybody.
so that means it's B.
So
Certain
that means it's B, yes. But your text says the glove of choice is, meaning that standard use of gloves is this one. Only those people that cannot use this one will then go and choose latex gloves.
Okay.
Only those, not everybody, because for everybody, the rule is the same. You have to use this glove, not this one. Also, do you remember that we sometimes talk about these type of words? All,
Oh yeah.
right? So you have to be really suspicious when you see an option with all or only or just, over, under, almost, because they can change the meaning of your sentence. So that means that if you do not find it in the text, it's not true. So you cannot choose it. Also, who gets to decide which type to use the glove? Every staff individually, they can decide? No, they can't. They have to choose the glove, which is the standard glove. So nobody makes a decision really. They have two choices and then that's it. Good. So our correct option is option B. Let's move to the next one. Let's read the question.
The introduction to the policy informs us that.
Let's go over the text. You have 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay, what do you think?
I think it's B. No.
well, we can eliminate A because
Sorry.
it's all right. We can eliminate A because it's not all. Is in the first sentence is it is accepted that not all blood or body fluids are potentially ineffective. So that's
Okay,
why we can eliminate A.
yes.
And another.
I think it's C. I wanted to say C, but I don't know why I say B. Because they said certain safety measures should be taken when exposure to body fluids is possible. And they said precautions are adopted to reduce the risk of transmission of blood-borne viruses whenever there is potential for exposure.
Okay. So we have precautions in the text, which means safety measures.
Yeah.
In option C, exposure to body fluids, we have a potential for exposure.
Yeah.
Okay. Safety measures also relates to precautions to reduce the risk of. So that seems okay. What about option B? Should be reported immediately.
exposure to... Is nothing written about should be reported immediately?
Yes. It doesn't say that it should be immediately reported. Okay. It only talks about some advice from the occupational health department, but it doesn't say immediately and it doesn't say report it. Okay, great. Let's move to the next question. This one, make it a bit bigger. Foam dressing. We have the word important in the question, which you should focus on as well when you look at your text. So let's go through the text.
So B can be eliminated because in the first sentence says precautions should be taken for patients with active bleeding, difficult wound hemostasis, and who are on anticoagulants. So
Okay.
We can eliminate B, and the correct answer is A.
Why?
Because I will, I think that the correct answer is A, because the last sentence is do not place the foam dressing immediately over exposed blood vessel or organs. That's
So
why
if you don't place it immediately over, it means that it doesn't come into contact?
well, it is important to make sure that I thought, well, I don't know, I thought that it is important to...
I'm asking you, I'm not contradicting you.
Yes.
Yes, it does. Don't put it immediately over means it doesn't come in contact, because if you put it immediately over, if I put it immediately over my skin, it comes in contact. If
Yes.
not, it means that there's something in between. Okay, good. So it is option A. One question. What is the meaning of the word subsequently?
Following.
Yes. Okay. Following, which would mean after the foam dressing system, or after you use the foam dressing system, you prescribe clotting medication, which is not true according to our text. Good. Let's move on. We have two more questions. Please read the question and the text. Okay, 1 minute is done. What do you think? Did somebody say A? Okay. Okay, let's eliminate option A. So it says that the device can be reset if you press appropriate controls would be buttons.
No, it doesn't say about reset. It says about turn off the base.
Okay, it says turn off the base. It also says push a button here, but it's to mute the notification, not to reset the device. So we can eliminate option A. Option B, shut down the device when the alarm sounds.
That is not written must be shut down. It's just turn off the base unit.
Well, turn off and shut down is the same, but it's not
Fast because it's
turn
not
off when the alarm sounds. It actually says turn off if none the conditions above are apparent, meaning the message and the audio notification. So then it's not really the same piece of information. So then it should be C. Now, your text is about notifications and troubleshooting. Troubleshooting means that something doesn't work or operational problems. So the entire text explains what to do if something doesn't work according to plan or doesn't work well, which would be troubleshooting. Right?
Yeah.
So you have to check it. You have to check that. And you also have some examples here that the fluid reaches 42 degrees, that there are flow irregularities, that there are changes in flow rate. So there are different things that can happen that can mess up with your device, which would be operational problems or troubleshooting. Good. And we have one more question. Matrices. 1 minute.
C can be eliminated. I think can be any day of the week provided.
I think it's B.
B, why?
A referral to tissue viability, it is the form that you need to send it when the patient is using a mattress.
I would say A.
Option, you said B, always using a form available on the intranet. Where is that in the text?
That's why I'm saying I think it's A. Because they said the patient services coordinator must be contact the porters to deliver the mattress. Porters will not accept a request from wards.
Okay, well, it doesn't say anything about a form to order the mattress. You just contact the porters, but you have to do that before 4 p.m., right?
By a particular time of the day. And I think
that is the standard, but the standard also has exceptions after hours or at weekends if they are approved by the patient service coordinator. So then the standard can be doesn't necessarily have to be followed, but you need to get an approval for that.
It's C.
So that's C, yes. Provided that, unless.
Yeah.
Okay.
I eliminate C. because of first sentence.
Yes, but then the first sentence is sort of contradicted by the next by the next part of the option. Okay, option B would be correct if we didn't have an exception.
Yeah, the exception is by a particular time of the day.
That's the standard. The exception is after 4 p.m. and at the weekends. Okay, good. Now, must and always. If you have them in an option, you have to find them in the text as well. Now, these referral to be completed explaining why you need to have out of hours delivery, it's not to get the pressure relieving mattress, it's to get it out of hours. So that's the exception only, not for the standard procedure. So you cannot choose then this referral. Also, then that's not a form available on the intranet, meaning on the information system of the hospital. Okay, good. So remember that there are certain words that would change the meaning of the sentence, like all, always, must, as well, only, just, that if you find in an option, you have to be really suspicious and you have to find it in the text. If you don't find it in the text, then the meaning changes if you eliminate that word. And that would be the last question for part B. So I can stop sharing now. This is what you have to do. I also suggest that you redo the test. You will find the live class, the recording on Facebook. So you can come back to it later and then redo it. And also maybe redo a little bit the skimming part, and everything will work great. You're doing very well. Thank you.
Can you send it on the Facebook chat or email or somewhere?
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Sure. Okay, well, thank you for joining and thank you for doing the test with me. I'll see you later.
Later.
Yes.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.